Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm finally getting around to showing you the kind of makeup trial that I did with my sister for her wedding, and this actually did turn out to be the exact makeup look we did for her on her actual wedding day, which has been and gone. So I'm starting off with the Lily Lolo eye primer as always to prime the eyes, and the palette of choice that I went for this look was the Charlotte Tilbury Stars in the Eyes palette, as it had kind of more the purpley tones, and that was kind of the theme of her wedding, so it kind of made sense. So I'm taking the kind of light pink peachy matte shade to begin with. I'm kind of popping this through the crease and just building it up to create the transition shade. Then I'm going with the next darkest matte shade in the palette, and again I'm popping this through the crease just to build up some definition there. I kind of go back and forth, building up and blending out all the colours. So like I said, the wedding has been and gone now. It was such an amazing day. Unfortunately, I didn't film any of the kind of us getting ready like I said I was going to do, just because it was so full on and so go. I was kind of got lost in the moment. But I will, once we get the professional photos back, I will insert pictures so you can see everything. But it was such an amazing day, but very tiring as well. It was such a long day, but a lot of fun at the same time. Okay, so now I'm going to take the dark brown, which does have a hint of purple to it, and this is going to focus right onto the outer portion of the lid, just to build up the definition and build up the outer section of the eye. Now I did talk to her throughout this makeup trial to ask her what she wanted and stuff like that, but the reason I'm doing a voiceover is because this is the first time she's been on camera for me, I think. So just to make it more comfortable and at ease, I just did it as a voiceover. So we had the TV on the background, we had some food, some drinks, and it was quite a nice chilled evening whilst doing the makeup, which I think was really fun. But I will insert some funny bits at the end and her kind of telling what she wants and things like that. Kind of like mini outtakes. So I'm taking that shade and popping it right into the inner portion of the crease as well. So just going back and forth, building up and blending out as I go. I actually do take the really purple shade as well, just a hint of it, and blend it into the kind of deepness of the eyes as well. Okay, then for the shimmer bit, I'm taking this nice kind of pink shimmer eyeshadow. It's kind of more of a matte eyeshadow with the glitter bit through it, and it looks really pretty, but I'm packing this all over the kind of 2/3 of the lid to begin with. And then I'm going in with the really kind of gold champagne-y shimmer shade from this palette, and just really building this up in the inner portion of the lid to create a really nice shimmery eye. And I did actually wet the brush for this just to give a really nice intense metallic look to the eye. And then I'm just taking the matte white shade, or it's kind of not white, it's kind of more of a cream shade, just to highlight the brow bone and lift it there. And then I moved on to the face. So first of all I took the Illamasqua matte primer. So I didn't do any kind of inserts of the products I was using as I went along. I just kind of was in swing of doing the makeup. But then I just did take the Illamasqua foundation. I believe it's the Rich Base foundation I use, and I kind of mixed a couple of shades together to create her right shade. Although I did go one shade or half shade darker, just because I think photography almost looks better, and I just blend it down her neck to make sure everything kind of matches together and stuff like that. And then I do go ahead and take the Illamasqua concealer. This is in light 1, I believe, and I just pop this under her eyes and a little bit down the centre of my face, her face, just to brighten it slightly. But she has no imperfections really on her face, so didn't really need to conceal much at all. And the sponge that I'm using is from the brand B, which is in Superdrug. I did go ahead and set everything in place with the DFMA powder that I got on my course, which is a nice peach tone powder, so it doesn't give any flashback. Then I just took some of that matte peachy shade under the eyes, and I'm just taking a black eyeshadow just to go along the upper lash line, just to help blend in the false eyelashes when I come to apply them. So I'm just adding some mascara to the upper and lower lashes. And yeah, so for false eyelashes I went with the Ardell Demi Wispies. They're really, really pretty. Nothing heavy, but definitely give nice definition to the eye and kind of really helps open them up and makes it a little bit something extra special for the big day. I did just take a really small detail brush and some more black eyeshadow and just go along the inner section of the lash line just to make sure the lashes are blended nicely in. And I'm just taking a pop of the kind of champagne shade and just popping it right in the inner corner of the eye just to help highlight that section. Then moving on to brows, I've taken the ABH brow palette. I'm taking a mixture of the kind of caramel shades and just ever so slightly filling in her brows. She doesn't like to go heavy with her brows, so I kept it quite natural. I kept it quite to the shape of her brows anyway, but just helped give some definition to the eye. Then I did go in with a bit of contouring. This is the Lily Lolo Sculpt and Glow Contour Kit. Just taking the contour shade and only doing the cheekbone area. I don't like to overdo it too much, but for photos I do think it's quite good. Then I switched to the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer, or it's Ambient Luminous Bronzer potentially, and just giving her skin a nice bronze. She absolutely loves bronzer, so I did go in heavier with the bronzer as that's her favourite. And it has a nice sheen to it as well, so it really helps add to glowy skin. And then I'm going with the Hourglass Ambient Light Blush in Mood Exposure and just popping a little bit onto the cheeks. Nothing too heavy because she doesn't particularly like too much blush, but just something to make the cheeks flush a little bit. And then for one of my favourite products, I'm taking the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Glow, Flawless Filter, and just blending this into the skin. And it just gives a really beautiful natural glow because there's no shimmer, no glitter. So it just looks like her skin is naturally glowing. And then to finish off, I'm going with an Illamasqua lip pencil. I believe it's in the shade Woo, but I could be wrong. I will have it linked down below. It's just a nice nude pinky colour. She doesn't tend to do her lips much, and I did do a little bit of overlining because she's got quite small lips, so I just took a slightly deeper nude lip pencil and then went in with a nice nude pink lipstick that was slightly lighter than the lip liner, and it just helped add some definition and dimension to the lips. And then that is the look complete. So that's the makeup trial done, and this was the exact makeup I did on a day, which, like I said, was such an amazing day and I absolutely loved. I hope you found this enjoyable. I'm sorry I said it was going to come Sunday and it came a bit later, but the wedding kind of took over this weekend. So I really hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Leave any requests down below and I'll see you in my next video.
You know what I mean there? Go for it. I'll tell you if I don't like it.
I know you will.
There's a sparkle I liked in that.
Like these kind of colours, and then add a bit of purple in there. That's what I'm thinking. But I need some darker colours than that. But I can just use them.
I just think browns and purples would fit really nicely.
I'm gonna start with this palette. See where it takes me. Have you got any preference to how you want me and Brian, or do you not mind?
I don't really mind.
I need the subject. The
I
toilet.
think I want you both to be more lip because I'm going to be more eye.
Yeah, I can do. I like dark lip.
Not right. Brian likes dark lip as well. I don't know, like if you two had like the same colour lip and then let's try it.
I think this is the best one for it.
Yes.
This is the one you're looking
That's the
at.
one.
I think that's gonna be too. That's more of a sheen,
It's not got
not a
shimmer
shimmer.
in it, yeah.
I noticed that one.
That's nice, but it's a bit too goldy.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're talking.
Now we're talking. I just want to blend it in a bit.
Yeah.
It's obviously not that because it's too pale. But the thing is,
Let's
that's
do another cube.
I don't know because I might have to mix the two together. That's what I'm thinking. It would make it too much.
I think I'll do the sneeze.
Sneeze.
Do not listen to any of Saddam.
Oh, bless you!
And we'll go.
Lashes make everything, don't they?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That glue will dry. It won't stay blue, I promise.
Looks like I've had a milkshake.
Now it's squawking. Lovely. Now you just need lips.
I'm doing it, we're going to keep it in.
Yep. I'm thinking this colour. Just a nice... Okay, it's not as dark as that. I've done it a bit dark on my hand.
What colour are you going for?
Nude. And then...
I definitely, because I don't really have lips for one of those colours.
those light ones. I think the pinky tone nude's not because it mixed in with the eyes.
Yeah. Whatever you say, boss.
Yep, thank you. Good day. Where's my sharpener? You happy so far?
I think Joe's going to be happy you've kept me slightly freckly.
Good.
The freckly, like the nice freckly way.
Yeah. Do you moisturise? No, you're actually good. You usually
Am I? Christ.
You usually have dry lips, but they actually don't look too bad today. I will bring them.
I don't always have dry lips anymore.
I hate keep getting this close as well, just to piss me off.
Got a bogey up my nose.
Well, that's staying in the video. Okay, now you just be a douche. Are you happy with it?
Yes.
I
quite like it actually.
Yeah?
What do you think? Would you darken them?
No, I wouldn't actually. I mean, you can always on the day side want it darker.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit. Can you do some posy no, can you stop doing that? Okay. I'm literally going to keep these in.
Please don't.
Please do, did you just
No,
say?
don't.